A very good morning, team. Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Fabio, and in today's video we're going to be breaking down the major dollar pairs. So just for your information, I'm flying to Stockholm today, so I will be traveling in the coming days. So I'm going to do my best for all the upcoming market outlooks, but make sure to join Discord as I'm for sure going to be very active over there. Now, diving in towards EURUSD, first of all, EURUSD has initiated its pullback. Obviously, we all know that we had that break of structure over here on this 4-hour BOS line. It's marked out with the 4-hour, and this is currently the swing structure all the way from this high all the way down in towards this low. So after this break of structure over here and some corrective price action in towards the downside, obviously it is clear that we've now started to push in towards the highs. Now, the thing that we had yesterday was pretty interesting, because what happened is that we broke the fractal high, which I've been talking about for quite some time. So over here we broke that fractal high, and after that fractal high broke, that means that this becomes your area of demand. And what we then saw was that the market tapped beautifully in towards that area of demand, which was then created, and from there, boom, moved up in towards the highs, up higher in towards this overall fresh area of supply, right? So we're now inside of supply, inside from this wick all the way up to this wick. This is your current supply zone, which is gonna suppress price over here. So what I'm keeping an eye on for the rest of today is how the market is going to be reacting. Obviously, we have kind of formed now this ascending channel, which is a sign of corrective price action with a one high, a second high, and a third high coming in towards an area of supply. So we need to see some bullish momentum kick in if the market were to continue up higher, because at the moment what has actually happened is that we have had a bearish change in structure. Why is that? This was your fractal high, this was your fractal low. So as we can see, pretty much what you get is a push up, you get a pullback, get a push up, and then a shift now in the structure by pushing downwards. So what I'm going to be looking at is this upcoming 4-hour close, just to see that it's not kind of like some liquidity swipe. If we see like a nice bearish close, that means that we have confirmed supply over here, and I'll then be looking for a short further down. So that is that on EURUSD. If we do not see like a strong close, and for example the market just reverses on us and closes back above this high, then I do think, and I would not be surprised if the market were to continue up higher despite kind of like this 1, 2, 3 ascending channel, just purely due to the fact that we still have a lot of room to move up higher in the market. Obviously, if we look at premium versus discount, then we still have quite some room to go until we reach, let's say, this area of supply over here, and take out, for example, the liquidity which is resting above this high. But for now, obviously we've already been taking out highs over here, so I'm really happy to look for a short already if we do get that bearish confirmation. So that's euro dollar. Now going in towards the dollar index, for those longs on the dollar, we need obviously a bullish dollar index. Now the dollar index has just missed out, so this is also why I'm a little bit cautious, right? We're just longing now, because as we can see, if we look to the left, we just missed out on this area of demand. So preferably you would want to hit that and then go long, but obviously if we see like some strong closes here on the dollar, we could already continue up higher. It's not like a 100% requirement we have to tap in towards this demand zone, but it would have been a nice additional confluence for those EURUSD shorts. Now going in towards the dollar index overall, obviously we're now reacting to this order block over here, which is causing the market to push down a little bit, but we are still bullish and we're still creating higher highs and higher lows. So keep an eye out for what happens if we do in fact push down in towards this area of demand. If the market were just to push back up again, then I do think that this demand zone for sure will be taken out, because then we're pushing out of an area, or excuse me, supply zone, because we're pushing out or back into this supply zone without even coming back, for example, in towards this demand zone, indicating that it's a very weak supply zone. So keep it in mind, mainly focus just on EURUSD, but obviously if we do tap back in towards this dollar index area of demand, it would make shorts a higher probability across the dollar pairs. Now going in towards Aussie dollar has pulled up higher as expected. So yesterday there was a long opportunity which I discussed. If you did pay close attention, you would have seen that we tapped in towards this area over here, which took out this fractal high over here and also took out the high over here. So this demand zone was absolute beauty. And if you were to take a long on top of that demand zone with your stop loss below the low, you would have been able to acquire a 1 to 3 risk to reward with absolute minimal drawdown. So just showcasing how easy it is. Obviously, we had, again, very similar to EURUSD. Let's say this is the swing high. This over here is the swing low. We've now reached the 50% mark, right? So obviously, we were expecting to take out this high over here, take out this high over here, grab the liquidity above those highs and trade the overall pullback in towards the highs. We're following order flow, and that is why this trade over here played out beautifully. So that was the main trade setup yesterday. Now obviously we've come back in towards supply, so now let's see if we can get kind of like some bearish structural changes and a supply formed to go potentially short from, because this is a nice supply zone to look for a short on Aussie dollar. Now moving on in towards pound dollar. So pound dollar over here, still stuck inside supply, obviously pulled up higher, stuck inside of this supply zone. I'm not very confident with shorting pound dollar. I like Aussie dollar and euro dollar a lot more, to be honest. Still have this liquidity open and we're just reacting to this trend line. I don't really trust trend lines at all, so I would prefer to see kind of like still a liquidity swipe and grab the liquidity above here and react to this supply zone up higher, and from there look for a potential short. So that is my 2 cents. Moving in towards NZDUSD. NZDUSD has been moving higher. I mean, overall, not a very clean pair at the moment. I would just wait for this higher area of supply to look for a nice short on the 4 hour. For the rest, I would just really pass on it. To be honest, for now, this overall is obviously premium versus discount, and then we can see that premium from where you want to be selling aligns beautifully with this area of supply. So just wait for that to get reached and then we look for the short. That is my advice, unless we see some strong momentum, bearish momentum come in, because obviously this is some form of a supply. We do in fact have some liquidity resting above these highs. So let's see if this fractal low goes, we could look for a short. Going in towards our last pair, which is gold. Yeah, gold did exactly what we wanted yesterday. Sadly, I was looking for an entry on this area of demand over here. Just didn't get tapped in, was about to send out a signal. Sadly, no entry for myself yet, but there is or might be an entry coming up. Obviously, overextended move in towards the downside, then a corrective descending pattern. Obvious that we were going to push up in towards the highs. Now looking at the 4 hour, definitely looking for some further longs on gold. Only one situation or negative situation in the world needs to happen, and then we'll just skyrocket again. Obviously this will be my target over here, or fresh supply at around 23.78, and longs definitely from around 23.11. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you a fantastic day and speak soon. Thanks.